What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a medical update on Seth Rollins, as another WWE star retiring, the real reason behind Sami Zayn's US title loss, Sting returns to AEW, Rikishi undergoes emergency surgery, 11 Belts Mone, what happened to Tiffany Stratton, WWE confiscates a Paige sign, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Now our first story looks at a medical update on Seth Rollins. At top of today's news is an update on Seth Rollins, who rumor has it is going to be out of action for a long time thanks to a shoulder injury suffered at Crown Jewel when he defeated Cody Rhodes to win the 2025 Men's Crown Jewel Championship. And now the Wrestling Observer Radio is now updating fans on what's next for the Visionary, revealing this on the newest episode. He's having surgery, I mean that's 100%. When they open up, they'll find out, like they don't know all the damage in his shoulder, and they'll find out the damage when they open him up. And when they do the surgery, we'll have an idea. They do suggest that Rollins' condition could be worse than currently believed. Rollins is well known for gutting it out despite nagging injuries, and this surgery could be a blessing in disguise as it could give him some time off to rest his body and make sure that he's at full fitness when he does return. As for when Seth is returning, they hinted that a return date is unknown and WWE is just hoping for the best right now. I guess the best way to put it, they'll hope he'll be okay for Wrestlemania. There's no way of knowing one way or the other today whether he will be or not, but you know he's out for months, sure, which we already know. Now you may recall previous rumors that WWE was hoping to book Rollins vs Roman Reigns at Wrestlemania, a follow-up to their shocking triple threat match at Wrestlemania 41, where Paul Heyman turned on CM Punk and Roman Reigns to join forces with Rollins. Whatever happens, Rollins' absence creates a major vacuum that WWE will have to fill, and it'll be interesting to see who gets the nod to take Rollins' spot as World Heavyweight Champion. Could this now be a long run with the belt with CM Punk? Could they give the nod to LA Knight? The belt may also even be primed for Braun Breaker. Next up, another WWE superstar retiring. The WWE star Shinsuke Nakamura recently suggested that his time in the ring might not be far off, though he did emphasize that he still has goals to pursue. While appearing at a show in Japan alongside CM Punk, Nakamura reflected on the significance of wrestling in his home country. He posted on X that watching peers like AJ Styles and John Cena step away from the ring has made him aware that my own time might not be far off. What a special place Japan is, especially for those of us who wrestle. As AJ said, it's a place worthy of giving everything you've got. Of course, that's true anywhere in the world, but there's something sacred here. I don't know if it's because I'm Japanese, but I believe wrestlers and fans who shared this space all felt the same. Maybe he did too, John Cena, AJ. They've all chosen to step away from the ring. It reminds me that my own time might not be far off. And Nakamura, who recently returned to television for the first time since June, appears to be contemplating the next phase of his career. But at 45 years old, his time in the ring is certainly edging closer to the end. Next up, the real reason behind Sami Zayn's US title loss. Now you're curious why Sami Zayn dropped the US Championship despite just winning it on August 29th. As we noted in our good, bad and ugly section in yesterday's video, Sami Zayn doesn't seem to hold titles for long, but in this case, the decision to put Sami's US strap on the newly returned Ilya Dragunov was actually Sami's call. Bodyslam.net reports that Zayn is determined to put some prestige back onto the US Championship, and he felt that Ilya Dragunov is the right person to do so. However, as fans know, winning the title is just a first step, and it's up to WWE to give Ilya worthy opponents and interesting storylines to make fans invest in Ilya and his title reign. Do you think WWE can pull this off, or will it be another case of a wrestler getting an initial push only to see things grind to a halt? Next up, Sting returns. Now AEW fans were in for a huge surprise at last night's Wrestle Dream pay-per-view when they watched the brutal and bloody I Quit match between Darby Allin and the Death Riders Jon Moxley. Mox and his crew were doing their very best not only to make Allin quit, but apparently run him out of wrestling as they subjected him to a variety of violent methods to getting Allin to cry "I quit," even including Moxley sticking Allin's head into a water-filled aquarium. But Darby didn't end up sleeping with the fishes as former tag team partner Sting arrived, dispensing justice as he drove off the other Death Riders and handed his signature baseball bat to Allin, allowing Darby to gain the advantage and forcing Moxley to say "I quit." Now the Stinger definitely looks much more different than his last appearance in AEW. Sting has now chosen to keep his hair grey, as well as growing out a grey beard. Sting has made it clear that he's retired, but he's never said anything about not returning for an appearance as he did last night. Sting's return was well received by AEW fans, and it's a great way to remind them that anything can happen in AEW, whether it's use of an aquarium as a foreign object or a returning legend. Next up, when Samoa Joe will retire. Joe, whose pro wrestling career dates back to 1999, recently discussed stepping out of the ring once his current AEW deal expires. However, when is that? Fightful Select is reporting that the 46-year-old Samoan submission machine's contract is set to expire in 2027. During an appearance on the My World with Jeff Jarrett show, AEW president Tony Khan commented on Joe's wrestling future. We don't want to think about that yet because I think Samoa Joe still has years left with AEW, which is great, and I think we'll focus on Samoa Joe as one of the top stars in wrestling right now. If and when the time ever comes for Samoa Joe to hang them up, I hope that AEW will be able to pay great tribute to somebody that is one of the most accomplished stars ever in AEW and one of the greatest champions in wrestling. Joe is currently involved in a main event program with AEW World Heavyweight Champion Hangman Adam Page, as Page defeated Joe at last night's WrestleDream pay-per-view, with Joe and his OPS teammates Powerhouse Hobbs and Katsuyori Shibata turning heel by attacking Page right after the match. Next up, Rikishi undergoes emergency surgery. It's time for an update on Rikishi, who PW Insider reports recently underwent emergency surgery to deal with an undisclosed medical issue. The report states that Rikishi was sidelined with a health issue that came up suddenly and that he's expected to make an announcement soon about his condition. We're sending our best to the WWE Hall of Famer for a fast and full recovery. Next up, 11 Belts Mone. Good news for Mercedes Moné fans, as the CEO captured her 11th Pro Wrestling Championship at WrestleDream, defeating interim Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion Mina Shirakawa for the title, as she's now broken Ultimo Dragon's record of 10 belts held at one time. Now, however you feel about her accomplishments, they mark the first time a wrestler has held so many titles since Ultimo Dragon won the Che Crown, winning assorted championships. The AEW Women's Champion Chris Statlander crashed Mercedes' celebration, which suggests the two will square off soon. So could Moné add a 12th title to her collection? And if she does, is it a good idea? Next up, what really happened to Tiffany Stratton? A current WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton is letting fans know that she's been battling a health issue. Tiffany Stratton revealed on her Instagram, "Haven't been able to work out in 2 weeks because I've been ill, but we be back with a nasty leg day." Tiffany's message is a reminder to never skip leg day, as well as a reminder that WWE superstars are called upon to work through injuries and illnesses. Of course, this is only speculation, but it could be the reason why her Women's Crown Jewel Championship match against Stephanie Vaquer only lasted around 10 minutes. We're sending our best to Tiffany and is glad that she's on the mend. Next up, Grayson Waller unveils a new move. The WWE superstar Grayson Waller enjoyed a heroic homecoming during a recent WWE taping of Main Event in Australia. Inside the Ropes is reporting that Waller was wildly cheered when he appeared at the show held in Perth, where he battled Rey Fenix and introduced a new finisher. Waller ultimately picked up the victory over Rey Fenix using a move that is a combination of a blockbuster and a cutter avalanche from the middle rope. For him, it's a never-been-done-before finisher, which some fans have dubbed the Waller Waller. Waller, who seemed to be an associate of the New Day, hasn't done much of late, unless you count appearing on Main Event as a major career move, but perhaps his new finisher can give him some momentum. Next up, WWE Confiscate a Paige sign. Fans attending live events are familiar with WWE's officials confiscating signs they don't want showing up on television, thus avoiding embarrassing situations like WrestlePalooza, where a fan's "he shouldn't be here and we all know why" sign was prominently displayed when Brock Lesnar stepped into the ring. However, why would WWE confiscate a sign that read "Come Home Paige"? Well, that's a question ex-user Grayson Allison asked, posting a video of security confiscating a Paige sign, and wrote, "WWE confiscating a fan sign from SmackDown that read Paige Come Home. As long as WWE are doing things like this and taking free speech away from the fans, I'll never be able to fully support them in every aspect." There's been a back and forth buzz about Paige returning to WWE ever since her AEW deal ended. With AJ Lee coming back in WWE, there's plenty of interest in seeing the two team up or renew their fondly remembered feud. Next up is the title being vacated. WWE General Manager Adam Pearce is now scheduled to address the shocking attack by Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed on their former faction leader Seth Rollins. According to WWE.com, Pearce will also provide an update on Rollins' current medical condition following the brutal assault. Now, could this be the segment where WWE announces that Seth Rollins can no longer continue in action and will have to vacate the belt? And finally, Drew McIntyre is angry. During the most recent episode of SmackDown, Drew McIntyre found himself unexpectedly in a WWE Championship match against Cody Rhodes after the originally scheduled contender Jacob Fatu was injured. Rhodes retained his title by deliberately being disqualified as he struck McIntyre with his championship belt, exploiting the rule that a title cannot change hands on a DQ. But afterwards, McIntyre posted a social media video where he was incredibly angry about the situation, mentioning within the video, "I don't know what to do at this point. Time after time after time, this keeps happening.
I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I can't give up. I won't give up. I'm a psychopath. I'm a psychopath because I'm in the gym right now, doing legs after yesterday. No sleep whatsoever. And I won't stop. I don't care how many people corporate Cody's got behind him. That title's mine. I'm gonna get it, no matter what it takes. You can't compete with a psychopath. I've forsaken a family. He's got a lovely family. For this industry, for that title, that's the life I've chosen. I hope this all makes sense right now because my brain is jumbled. I just know next week's going to be hell for Cody. And no matter what it takes, I'm going to have my moment. No matter what it takes.
But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.